Hey guys, welcome back to ESL TV for the ESL Major Series Winter 2012 World of Tanks Grand Final with RedRush taking on Lemming Train. The last player of Lemming Train ran or drove as fast as he could through town after finishing work, and we are going to be getting the Grand Final underway. My name is Joe Miller. Joining me as per usual is Mr. Stephen Neal, and we are going to kick off this game pretty shortly actually, because they did the tank picking while they were waiting for that seventh and final member. I don't know where the number 3 even came from in that one. But run us a little bit through the tank picks here. I'm going to drop it into your screen and we can show them as well.
Okay, so maps will be Himmersdorf, Ensk, White Park, Mines and Abbey. So my 2 favourite maps in there. And since we're going to see a 3-2 from Lemming Train, we're going to see all the maps here. Tanks, as you already said, have already been picked. Lemming Train will go for 2 T1s, 2 T32s, 2 5100s. And the final tank is going to be an IS-3, so kind of a mixed lineup, a bit of a higher alpha damage, some French tanks in there, and some tanks what can take a lot of shells into their turret. Other side, 2 T1s, 2 T32s, 2 5100s, and an IS-3. So mirror match. And I didn't get to see who's starting where. Okay, Lemming Train is starting up north. RedRush is starting south then. I think Lemming Train picked this map, so they picked the starting position. Just maybe because of this left-hand side what we saw last week with this hold-down position holding the free line. It's such a strong position, and Lemming Train actually drove into this yesterday and took a lot of damage, lost a tank without dealing any damage themselves. So maybe they weren't going to stick to a similar positioning. We have to see, and on the south side we see RedRush Unity.
So I want to hear your prediction now.
3-2.
2?
Lemming Train.
Whoa.
I'm going for it.
I'm going to say 3-1 to RedRush.
Oh, so you're going to say you're going to lose one map?
I'm still not sure about that, to be honest, but I'm almost positive that they're not going to lose 3. So there we go. So what are we seeing from the start here then from Lemming Train?
Okay, we already see the one pick onto his T32 heading to these windows. Probably just going to stick around there and hold this position, and the IS-3 driving forward. Ilying has to watch out that he doesn't take any damage on Kill the Red, but Kill the Red is a French tank, so it won't be reloaded yet. Getting out there safe. Tried to do a nice shot on the move, but over this distance, you never know if that's going to hit, and of course it didn't. 2 tanks are spotted, 1 T32 and 1 AMX 5100. Yeah, all the other tanks sticking behind. We have 1 heavy tank with Carmen on the left-hand side, just holding the 8 road. He can fall back on a nice hold-down position, so he can stick there on his own. Or you see some nice shooting in the middle. Both shells did miss, so nothing was punished there. Strike, trying to peek over that hill with a nice hold-down position. And what do you see on the side of RedRush Unity?
Pretty much the same, to be honest. All focused on this left-hand side of the map. They've got the 2 T1s, 1 on the left side, 1 on the right side, so make sure they've got the scouts in position for any early pushes that they may see. But the bulk of the force, the heavies on this left-hand side here already. As you said, in the early stages of the game, we did see a little bit of action in terms of shots fired. Yeah. None of them really connecting. Pig Hunter has taken a little bit of damage, but it's only a couple of hundred. But we've seen it before that a couple of hundred here and there can make that difference in the long run.
Indeed. We did see here, Silny did push a bit far down the 8 route. Now, then they know a lot of tanks on the left-hand side, so they sent their T1 a bit down the hill just to try to maybe proxy spot something on the corner. Nothing was spotted, and now we see some relocating tanks. Snip and Jepkop, both in their 5100s, are meeting up with Carmen, so we might see a small push coming down this road. 3 heavy tanks, maybe be able to catch some tanks off guard and shoot them in the back. So we'll be a nice big blow against RedRush here, because I've had to turn around and start pushing. If they start pushing and they take damage from the front, and the French tanks can fall back as well. So this is a really smart move from Lemming Train. And here we go, Silny's coming around the corner. Will he spot something? He didn't get to spot anything. And Carmen and Chico are just going to push right through. They're not even going to try to do any damage. They're just going to go right for the cap here.
Yeah, they've actually spotted Snip here, and that's a big hit onto the side of him, losing half HP. That's a pretty ridiculously big shot coming out from the start. But as you said, they are going to move, working their way down towards that cap circle. RedRush now going to be trying to move around and defend from this one.
Oh, lucky T1. Took a shot. Should have been killed by Lepva, but it only hit the tracks. D-track didn't take no damage. Just repaired and fast and got into the cap circle. And now we see me on the church with these small part sticking out the church, he has a really nice position. So a tank, if he wants a decap, he has to come all the way around the corner and then shoot. Or they have a T1 up the hill, he has to drop down and start doing some damage, but the T1 is actually going for the counter push. And now the heavy tanks have to start pushing here to try to decap, but it's not that easy. We have a lot of tanks here. Snip is getting focused down. He has to watch out. Kill the Red will finish him off. There we go. So 8 tier points down, but if it might work out with the capping, Carbon has to watch out. He only has 500 HP left, and the other tanks aren't meeting up with him. This is not working out.
Yeah, they're going to finish off these guys that are around the cap circle. They have 43 HP left for Carmen. He's going to go down. I'm going to switch here to the other side of things because the other heavy is actually pushing around onto Deli Lash's position. Jacob is there as well. Deli Lash here head-to-head with Pig Hunter. The 2 T-32 is pretty much butting barrels right now. And, well, Deli Lash has the less HP, but we'll see how this all goes down. And, well, it's all about this last shot now from Deli Lash. He's got the faster reload on Pig Hunter, and he has to get this final shot off there down to 121, and Pig Hunter will get the better of him. But they've taken out Elinx as well, and Pig Hunter's going to be the next one here. Under fire, he's taken down as well, and they are already capping the base with just Jacob left. Let's go to your screen and
yeah, Jacob, last man standing here, only 400 HP left. One shell already missed, but they will come from the other side. And the high alpha damage from the IS-3, taking him down 453 HP with one shot. Yeah, the idea was really nice from Lemming Train here. They came up with a good idea. Maybe they shouldn't have go for the cap, but try to flank the heavy tank stick in this position, do some damage from behind. They had 2 French tanks in there, so before the tanks can even turn around, or yeah, they have to turn around because if they drive forward, they have 2 other tanks waiting for them. So driving forward, RedRush would have taken damage. Turning around, they would have taken at least 4 to 5 shells damage from the French tanks, and I think this would have been a smarter move what they could have done in this situation. The idea was good as well, going for the push, hype the T1, and then try to stop the heavy tanks pushing around the corner.
Yeah.
But if the other 2 heavy tanks don't group up with with the 3 tanks that are already down there, it's just 5 against 3, and we all know 2 cannons more, that's a lot more damage per shot then. So
yeah, that's it. I mean, if you're going to do a push from 2 sides, they have to come in at the same time.
Exactly.
Like, there's no way that you can afford the first 2 to be focused by the 5, and then they move on to the 3. And either way, you're too low on numbers for that one. So RedRush taking map number 1 here on Himmelsdorf. Next map will be Ensk. And we are going to be going into the tank picking here soon. South spawn is chosen there by RedRush. So this is their map choice.
Exactly. 2 T-32s already caught. I guess we're going to see pretty much the same lineup what we just saw. So 2 T-32s on RedRush side and 2 T1s on the other side. So Lemming Train is doing it clever. They're not giving away their heavy tanks yet. They know we're going to take 2 T1s anyway, so let's keep our heavy tanks for the later calls. Kill the Red, now 5100 and IS-3. So already 4 tanks that we already saw on Himmelsdorf. 2 T-32s on the other side, there we go, 2 T1s on RedRush side. So
are we going to see artillery?
Oh. Even though you can play artillery on this map, but you don't want to invest 8 tier points in artillery. You can go for small artillery, but not for a big T8 one. So 2 French tanks, and the second French tank on RedRush side, and the final core I3. So there we go, mirror match again, same lineup as we just saw on Himmelsdorf. And in my opinion, this is the best heavy tank lineup what you can go for. The high alpha damage from the I3, 2 French tanks to do this good harassment with the 6 shells each, and the T-32s just to tank some damage and use the hold down positions. Yeah, T1s. For those guys out there who's tuning in the first time, T1s aren't as unimportant as you think. They cover the one side what you don't commit to. So if you attack over the left hand side, you still want to spot the right hand side. You don't want to invest 2 tier points in this, so you go for the T1, stick the T1 on this side, and then he just keeps his eyes open, and as soon as he spots something, then you can react to this. And or you can go for 2 T1s pushing, and then just shield them with your heavy tanks, or what we saw sometimes, T1s capping, and the heavy tanks far away from the cap circle, stopping the retreating heavy tanks. So they won't even get close enough to decap the T1s in the cap circle. So T1s aren't, you shouldn't underestimate the T1s here.
So, can Lemming Train bounce back here and bring us to 1-1? That'd be the first map that RedRush would lose in this tournament. But certainly they, from my opinion at least, I mean, if they went 2-0 down here, that's 3 games in a row that they have to win, which is like such a huge amount of pressure on them.
It's like double pressure. You know they've never lost the map. Then you know you have to win.
Then you've got to win 3.
And then you've got to win 3 against them, and you have to win because it's the final. So it's even triple pressure then. You know, it's like, Oh man, I don't want to be in their position.
Oh, RedRush have got... Actually, I think this could be a pretty quick game just looking at the spawns.
But yeah, the spawn on Lemming train is just as good as well. Both spawned all on the left-hand side of the map, and usually with that many heavy tanks, you stick to the left-hand side. Snip is going a bit towards the middle, just to have a look what's going on, but he's not reloaded yet, so he won't be able to do no damage. Just there for spotting purposes. And yeah, IS3 coming through, also near Snip, having a nice hold-down position here. His turret isn't as armoured as a T-32, but the way it's designed, it can bounce a few shells. When here we go. The first 2 tanks are spotted. Pickhunter has a nice hold-down position in this window. 3 tanks spotted now. Pickhunter, oh, he did back off and take a lot of damage. Carmen going a bit too aggressive while taking 300 damage. So already 700 down on 2 tanks in total. Yeah,
that's a bad start for Lemming Train in terms of HP. There's another shot coming in.
Carmen did hit Strike, but didn't do no damage. Flatlock for him. But Jacob coming around from the back now. 6 shells in his barrel. Will he do a lot of damage? First shell connecting, and even setting Curate on fire. And Curate doesn't have no fire extinguisher. He's burning down 1,000 damage, 1,200. Oh, will he burn down to the end? It's getting slower. Only 140 HP left. This is a big shot off Jacob. Sorry. On the other side, Stray taking a lot of damage, but he did manage to focus on Carmen and Pickhunter, both dead. But oh, now G-Cup is also against focus. So even though he'd done this big blow against this 150-100 who didn't have no fire extinguisher on board, but on the other side, Snip and the 2 T1s just pushed through, started to decap. But somewhere there's a T1, and there we go, a T1 from behind, just decapping both tanks. Nice move. There we see how important a T1 can be.
That was Eclipse from the backside. Actually managed to pick off Kazwob as well, and now they're going to go closing in on them to try and finish off this one. I mean, there's 2 heavies in there ready and waiting on the cap circle itself, but I've got a bad feeling about this one for Lemming Train. This is going to be a hard one to stop happening. Let's switch over to mine. We can see Delilash and Lebfer coming in from the side of Elianix here, and Elianix is going to be focused here by Delilash as they do manage to take out Silney in that T1. That was the last T1 alive for Lemming Train. Snip now taking focus. Strike coming in as well. Elianix is dying over on the right hand side. He's got 100 HP remaining. He will go down. Snip now the last tank left alive here, and he will be finished off in the end by Delilash in the T-32, and that is 2-0. Like I said, I really expected to see those spawns a fast game, and it certainly didn't disappoint on that front. Yeah, 2.5 minutes, crazy.
We never had such a fast match in the whole EMS, or we didn't stream such a fast match. Really nice game. It's kind of a back and forwards here. Like, first of all, it started off bad for Lemming Train, then Lemming Train got this big shot onto Q-Lord, I think it was, who started burning. Taking like 1,300 damage nearly in total, or 1,200, so that was a big shot. Only 1 shell or 2 shells doing this damage, and I was like thinking, okay, doing this, taking him down maybe then even, it will balance the whole situation. But then they started focusing down Pickhunter and Carmen, both died. Carmen was unlucky, I think he bounced even 2 shells, so yeah, that was like a really intense moment. At the end, this T1 hiding in the bush managed to decap the one T1, decap the second one, and also decap the French tank, because the French tank's armor isn't high enough, and the T1 with gold ammunition can penetrate him. So decap 3 tanks in total. Maybe we can have a look at Eclipse, how many points? 58 defense points here. So yeah, that's really nice positioning, and overall the game was nice to watch.
Really quick one, but also super intense. Could have gone either way by the end. So we're going to be moving into map number 3. This is game point now for RedRush. I'm going to say they need to lose the next 3 games. Obviously, Lemming Train have to win the next 3 games, same kind of thing. But that is now 20 maps in a row.
Okay.
In EMS, 20 maps. Maybe that's their unlucky number, and Lemming Train can take the next 3. But it's so number 1, it's a hard job. RedRush are just so very good right now. Number 2, it's a lot of pressure on any team to win 3 in a row. And when it's against a team like RedRush, like, they must be feeling a little bit downtrodden right now after how that went.
Maybe we should just jump right into the tank picking. Only thing was changing is Elianix is called a T-32. No, they changed the T-32 for an IS-3, so they're going for 2 IS-3s on this map. If I got it right? Oh no, they're going for 3 T-32s instead.
Yeah, they only swapped 1 T-32 for an IS-3.
No, all the way around. They swapped the IS-3 for a T-32, so they're going for 3 T-32s. True. That's the way they're doing it. So they want to go for the nice hold-down position with the tanks in the middle. Yeah, this is really hard for Lemming Train now. And if you think about it, we only just started casting this best of 5. We really got
like,
two.
We could almost be over.
Yeah.
Like crazy.
Man, it's really crazy. But now, Lemming Train has to win. They don't have no choice. And I'm still thinking they can do it. It's going to be 3-2.
I think so as well. The attacking side on Wide Park, I think we've seen more wins from the attacking side, I want to say somehow.
We have to say, remember the last game yesterday on White Park. Lemming Train actually messed this map up. They was a bit strong at the beginning against RedRush Unity, but I think they lost at the end.
Yeah.
Even though they did play really good. So we have to see what they're going to do here. Oh, man. Probably at the beginning, two T-32 just near the tracks was peeking over.
You know what wouldn't surprise me right now is to see some kind of cheesy strategy out of RedRush, because they're 2-0. They can afford to do it, and they're pinging the left side of the map. I'm just going to go ahead and switch to my screen, because they ping that left road, and all the heavies are instantly moving up to that side.
And usually you don't see no heavy tanks on that side. Usually you only see them at the bottom right, and then maybe they're just going to group up there and just going to push over.
Because Kill the Red got an amazing spawn as well. Like, he got a really far left-hand side spawn. And the rest of the team, the rest of the heavies, all of them, all 5 of them are pushing up now on this left-hand side. And I'm really interested to see how this one goes. Eclipse this time has been taken out. First kill of the game coming around for Alienix in that T-32.
All we get from Alienix is affirmative. Like, taken down, job done. But looking at the way Lemming Train's position, them all looking over to the top left, but now first tank spotted with Strike. Tanks turning around. Pick Hunter and Alienix are going to try to get some shots on, to Strike, but they did manage to get under the bridge. Are nice and safe now. Left foot also spotted, so 2 tanks already through. All 5 heavy tanks now spotted. They know what's going on. Alienix might be able to hit Kiviloid, and there we go. 300 18 already taken down. Now, French tanks are pushing forward and not helping the T-32, so it's going to be 3 against 5, while the French tanks are going to try to cap. This is going to be, I think it's going to be another cap race.
Yeah, we've actually got RedRush. I think they're going to turn around from this one. They are adjusting their positions, and they may turn back around and try to go back over. Silny actually will die there to Angel Killer. So the 2 T1s are out now for Lemming Train, which we could see. If the game slows down, especially that could affect how they can really push forward in this game. However, Strike actually down by a good 350 HP. Pig Hunter and Ledver here might just meet each other as well. Pig Hunter coming around the side. Ledver is watching here as well.
Were the French tank spots on the right-hand side of the map? The 25100s from Lemming Train?
No.
So they don't know that they're over there. At the moment, they're just going to back up the T-32s, even though it looked like they wanted to push. I think they wanted to push if the T1 would have died. But since their T1 died, they would just give away their position, then their counter push will come. So they're all sticking together now. Pickle did bounce a shell. Really nice move there. And Lepra will still be able to get out there without taking any damage himself. Strike now also spotted. So 2 tanks are up. The remaining tanks are sticking behind. But a bit too far away, so they can't help their...
Yeah, they're just hanging back on that left side. The 5100s are all hanging further back on that one.
I think they're worried that they're going to get flanked. Which way are they looking?
They're all looking up towards the train lines, as far as I can see.
Okay.
Kiriloid, I keep getting his name wrong, was actually looking back towards that cap circle, so he might get in there for that one.
We see a push now from Lepfa. He's going through, maybe even try to get a hold down position in the base. There's lots of buildings there, and you don't want to let him do that. And by the looks of it, he will manage to get there. And this will actually help out Red.
He's going to have great vision as well when he gets around there onto that, because of the whole wide park being quite open, from the cap circle to where the position is, he could actually do a lot of damage to them from behind here. So I'm going to keep an eye on Ledford. There is Ledford. Actually, I think just bounced that first shot.
He was set on fire, but Ledford did take a fire extinguisher with him, so no big damage for him. But now he has a nice hold-down position. Pig Hunter, Carmen, and Aliens can't do anything against him. They are taking damage. Carmen took another big shot to his side, down to 890. Lepha did try another shot, only bounced to the side of Carmen, so lucky him. And now I think they have to start pushing, because Lepha being in this position is really hard.
Yeah, and the thing is, Delilash and Strike here both have hold-down positions because of the elevation of that ramp by the bridge. And we can see there 2 hits coming off already onto Iliadix, Kill the Red, and Jacob is coming pretty much head-to-head on that side as well. But look at the damage coming onto Jacob. He's down to 270 already. He will be finished off by Kill the Red in that AMX 5100. And now the rest of RedRush are going to come in onto these 3 heavy tanks on the ramp of the train yard itself.
But here, Lepra from the side, another big blow to Carmen. I think Carmen just hates Lepra at the moment, taking so much damage off him. Trying to focus down one tank here.
Oh, they're dropping like flies. Yeah. Pink Hunter is going to be falling. Snip is like the last chance that they've really got in this one. He's going to come over the top of the trains themselves and see what damage he can actually do. He's done good damage there.
Of 4 tanks.
Daily Lash down to 21. Will get the kill there, Snip, but they're just going to come in all over him.
Yeah, Strike is blocking his back, so he can't reverse. His front is covered by Diliash. He's just stuck in his position. Strike's going to give him the final shot. Carmen, low, GG. Good game, 3-0 for RedRush, and fast again, another 5 minutes game.
Another fast one there. Brilliant play by RedRush, and just proving that they really are the best team around right now. I mean, that's 21 maps in the entire season played, 21 maps won. I mean, that's a formidable record that you just don't see very often in tournaments.
No, you never have a team actually just stomping through a whole tournament without losing a single map. And but looking at this game, you can just see perfect play by RedRush. They realised what's going on, so I thought, okay, let's push one tank through. This is going to put them right out of position, and it worked. Lepra at the back, nice hold-down position. Can't take no damage himself, dealing 1.6 on the other side, 11 shots, 11 hits, 7 penetrations, so some hit the tracks, bit unlucky for him. And at the beginning he done some shots in the turret, so yeah, but as soon as he took the position he done so much damage, especially to Carmen, so I think Carmen is, he's no big friend of Lepra anymore. But yeah, awesome played. 3-0, it's just, I don't know what to say, man. So that's 10 minutes in total what we had now for 3 games, and usually like 1 game takes up to 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's the domination of RedRush.
Yeah.
And some team at some point has to step up to this level, because we've seen every game that we've watched so far of RedRush in the tournament. Obviously, I feel like I'm almost repeating myself, a parrot almost, that they've not lost anything, but there's a reason for that. Like, these guys are obviously, number 1, individually skilled. Number 2, as a team, absolutely brilliant. And number 3, I'd like to say that they put a lot of work into, doing the tactical side of things. Number 1, listening to the guy in charge of the team, making sure that when he says do this, even if you think it's wrong, you do it because he has the overall picture of the map. But you just saw that, as I said, they got that spawn on the left-hand side, they pinged it, and they drove straight in there. And they weren't ready for that Lemming train.
It's not like they only have one tactic, and they want to drive this tactic independent from this spawn. If they say, right, we have an awesome spawn, okay, guys, let's go for it. Let's use what the game's just giving us. So that's what they do then. Commit to this side, and what we see, it works. And the other thing is, the game read of these players is just awesome. You see, all right, both in a hold-down position, they could sit there for 10 minutes and just shoot each other and do no damage. So they see, okay, we're in this position, what can we do now? How can we change it, or how can we change the whole situation in our favour? And that's how they've done it. They saw this nice positioning in the north, went up there, and that won them the game. And from
I think the stream's actually still on the first game. that's how fast this went. I just looked there, and I think the first game literally just finished on the stream. So, they went ridiculously quickly, these games. I mean, game number 2 was super entertaining to watch. Game number 3 as well. Really like that whole push up the left-hand side. Okay, so we're on the stream about to start wide part there as well. So,
even though it's a 3-0 and a bit unlucky that we didn't get to see 5 maps, but these 3 games were so intense and so fast and really nice to watch. I think this was a nice final. We have Carmen saying here impressive. Lemming Train know that RedRush done a good job, but still second place, good money, and becoming second is just just as awesome. Not ashamed to lose against RedRush.
I don't think anyone could be ashamed to lose against RedRush at this stage of competitive World of Tanks. €5,000 going to RedRush for this one. 2,500 to Lemming Train, 2,000 to RedRush Unity, and 1,500 then going out to our fourth place finishers Red Tide. And then 5th to 8th, the other guys who managed to get through into the quarterfinals, they all win €1,000 each. So certainly
money as well.
Not a problem for that from their point of view, I'm sure. But that's been the EMS World of Tanks Winter Season 2012. However, we want to talk a little bit about the future and what World of Tanks is going to be, especially from our side, obviously from the ESL side.
So 2013 is going to be a big year for World of Tanks, especially in the esports. We've got a league coming up. That's all I can say. It's going to be a nice league. We're going to stick to the Go for World of Tanks series. It's going to be pretty much the same how we have it now, just going to connect a little bit to the league. How and which way we're going to announce in 2013. Next up, we're going to have some nice offline events. First one coming up is going to be the IEM Katowice. I think that's why you say it in English. And qualifiers for this event are tomorrow. 8 teams will be able to qualify for the event. 4 Polish teams, 4 European teams, like 1 West, 1 East, 1 Balkan, and 1 Nordic team. The whole trip is going to be paid for, so if you qualify, all you can do is win. Becoming top 8 in the tournament is, the best is 8 teams are going to be there. Prize money is cut down to the top 8, so...
Everyone gets a chunk.
Everybody
and
gets
you're being paid to go there. So,
so you're going to come home with more money than you get there. Or it depends on how much you're going to actually waste in Poland.
Having fun in Poland, that's true. But they're tomorrow, so everyone's still got an opportunity to sign up for that one. And expect to see a lot of teams doing so as well. As I said, I said this yesterday, I think that if you don't qualify for Intel Extreme Masters Katowice, or maybe if you don't even play on that kind of level, but you want to get involved in the action, you can come along. Intel Extreme Masters Katowice will be free entry. That's at the Spodek in Katowice, which is a huge stadium. So definitely going to be a lot of action to be had there. It's going to be a good weekend full of action. We're going to have World of Tanks, we're going to have League of Legends, we're going to have StarCraft 2, there's going to be Counter-Strike Go there, I think FIFA I noticed on the splash art screen there as well, so there's plenty of stuff to do, plenty of stuff to watch, and just generally I'm really excited to be in Katowice, because last time I was in Poland was for League of Legends actually in Warsaw. So really excited to go there again, because the Polish crowd was really, really, really amazing last time we were there.
I already heard of some guys from the community who's going to be there, from the World Tanks community, so there's definitely going to be some people who are not going to be playing there, and just like, it's going to be small, let's say, World Tanks community meeting. Wargaming employees are going to be there as well, so just join us. We're going to probably go out for a drink one night and just come along and have a good time. So it's definitely worth it.
Well, that's it from this season of EMS World of Tanks. It was my opportunity to actually get into World of Tanks, to learn the game, and really figure out if I can cast the game at all, which hopefully you guys have enjoyed over the course of the season. I feel like I've got somewhat better. I did enjoy it actually, and hopefully I get time next year as well. It's going to be a busy year, 2013 on, I think,
all of us,
on all fronts in esports. So hopefully I'll have the opportunity to do exactly the same next year as well, and be involved in all of 2013 stuff. But guys, all I want you to do right now is to follow the Twitch channel, ESLTV_WOT. And every time we broadcast any World of Tanks, whether that's Go for World of Tanks on a Sunday, whether that's Intel Extreme Masters Katowice, whether that's X events in the next year, whatever, most of them that we do from here will be broadcast on this Twitch channel.
I think every event's going to be broadcast on this channel, so just go for it, and you're always going to be up to date then.
Yeah, you'll get a notification that tells you when it comes on air, so that should mean that you don't miss any of the action. For all you people on Facebook, actually, I'm just going to check that out, see how many people guessed it. I'm guessing that quite a few people did say 3-0. Let's have a look.
Probably they hope that somebody else will win, but they want the keys, so they just go for the 3-0 since...
Here we go. 60-odd comments. So, okay. So the first two were 3-0 for RedRush. So, yeah. Obviously, there are more people than 5 than the number of keys that we have to give out that have won that one. So, our lovely admin, Junior, you've probably seen in the chat, being an awesome admin and kicking everyone out here and there when they do misbehave. He'll be, I guess, deciding randomly who will be winning those 5 keys for the B2 tanks. But from us, that's it for this season. It's been a real pleasure to be involved in the ESL Major Series World of Tanks. So thank you very much for having me, for teaching me the ways of the world of tanks, which I've definitely not going to stop playing. I mean, last night I did, in fact, stay here till 1:30 in the morning playing.
That's the way you do it.
Which is pretty insane, actually. So, yeah, guys, we'll see you next year, and hope to see you, obviously, at Intel Extreme Masters Katowice. Have a great night and a great Christmas and New Year.